All right, so here we go. Here we are, live. Yes, sir. It's the Iron Log Pigskin. We are back once again.
Both of us this time.
Here with Marco Polo and LJ Molina. We got the Sage Eli on the other line. We're waiting on him, but we're gonna get into it. We got a lot of topics to talk about tonight.
Few different ones.
We got
different stuff.
The new recent topic of Giannis being injured. We'll talk about tonight's game that's going on, the Suns versus the Clippers. Well, we're gonna be all over the place. We'll talk a little bit about football. We'll talk a little bit out.
I'll be able to talk about the game while it's going.
Yeah. Talk about out of context football stuff that's going on recently. But yeah. What's going on, Eli?
Yo, my brothers, what's up?
What's good, man?
We hanging out, bro. We chilling, man. I'm over here, man. I'm hanging out in the realm. You already know how we do over here in the Sage's realm. Got everything going, everything glowing, everything vibrant over here.
You
been working, watching these games. I'm pretty excited.
Going, man?
I can't shit on the boy yet, but I will shit on him. Landon already knows who I'm talking about.
Yep.
The big Polly Green fucking dumbass. But we're going to get to that. I'm going to let Landon say his stuff first, but I'm doing good, man. I'm glad to be back here, man. The Iron Lung Pigskins. There ain't no vibe.
Glad to have it back.
The current update right now is there's no structural damage to his leg. They're saying he's out game 5 or he's doubtful. So we don't truly know if he's out, but I'm gonna say he's out for game 5. But
I would say for sure he's out for game 5. I'd say
based off of him walking off the court and then him coming back out, I don't say he misses game 6. I don't know what happens forward, but based off of his injury, he definitely hyperextended his knee.
I don't think he misses game 6, but I think for his own personal health, he should miss game 6 because whether there's no structural damage or not, he still definitely, like, to some extent, hyperextended it. You can definitely see that.
No doubt.
And you can see that in the replay clips, that in slow-mo clips, you can see literally his knee buckle inward. Like, it definitely got fucked up in some sense.
Yeah, but wasn't we just bitching about Kyrie? Like, yo,
bro,
nigga didn't play. He's a bitch.
Bro,
it's the playoffs, right?
Bro,
ain't that?
Hold on. Let me see Trae Young play tomorrow, because if he doesn't play tomorrow, then it's honestly like, what's going on? Because he has a foot bruise injury, a deep bone bruise injury.
Yeah, it's a bone bruise.
So,
which is probably very uncomfortable to play on.
He's got to play.
It's just tension.
I mean, they won without him playing, but I don't know. At the same time, it's like, yo, that's a major injury. We're talking something that we've seen other players play through.
Ooh.
It's hard to say, like, you're seeing a hyperextended knee that serious and then coming out. Like, if it was anybody else in that game who had that hyperextension, there's no way. They're definitely getting carted off. They're definitely getting picked up and carried off. Like, there's no way you're walking off the court and then coming back on like you're about to come back out.
Yeah, no way, because it's also because he knows personally the role that he plays for his team, especially this deep into the finals. They need him. I mean, into the playoffs, they need him. So, like, he's going to try to do anything he can to get back in the game.
I mean, like I said to Eli earlier, he was in the Army where he's from. He was designated to be in the Army, so he's obviously pretty strong already.
Mm-hmm.
Already used to that kind of beating.
Him and his brothers went through the basic training and everything. I saw that. But,
so, I'm not gonna lie and say, like, I didn't pray for Giannis to get injured.
I remember you saying this. Right after they beat Brooklyn, you're like, I really hope Giannis gets injured. And I was like, yo, that's fucked up. And then it literally happened.
And I'm not gonna say that I'm the reason.
The end of this quarter was just so crazy.
It brought joy to my heart for more than one reason. One, of course, Giannis and his stupid fucking band of flunkies are the reason why the Nets are not in the playoffs no more. Cool. And Kyrie, but that's another topic. But also, I'm really glad to see that Giannis may get out of the fucking playoffs because I really like the teams that are playing now: the Clippers, the Suns, the Hawks. Like, take these big name fucking doofuses out of the fucking equation. Let's really have a real fucking playoff season.
It's gonna get interesting. I really think it could be the Hawks and the Suns, and if it is the Hawks and the Suns, it's really gonna be like one of the craziest finals in a while because you got two teams that are. It's really like to go from just having years straight of seeing the same faces or same teams in the finals. You see, or the same teams at the top, not even maybe making it all the way. Whether it's like Clippers, Lakers, Heat, Cavaliers, Bucks, whatever. Then you got faces like LeBron, et cetera, that you're always seeing. Curry. It'll just be nice to see a fresh face like Devin Booker, Trae Young. You got two young premier leaders in this league that are. I would say Trae Young is leading the Hawks, but Devin Booker's got some help from Chris Paul leading the Suns. But he's still a big part of that equation for that team. So it's just to see them this far.
He's just doing the most right now, like getting fucking his body up.
I think regardless of who we see go in, it's just like these are all brand new teams. It's just good to see. Like even if Milwaukee goes all the way and still wins,
right?
It's like they still haven't been around.
Someone's getting their first ring.
When was the last time they went to the Western Conference final or Eastern Conference Finals? I mean, they've always been stopped by the Raptors or they got stopped by who else? Miami, and then I don't even know who else. But still, like it's not like they've even been this far. So all the teams that are here now, it's been 10 plus years since these guys have been there.
Oh yeah. The Hawks were in the Eastern Conference Finals a few years back when they were 60. That was only like 5 years ago, I think, or something.
I think it's longer
than that.
That was when
they
now.
were 60 and 22. Nah,
that was like 2014, 2013.
All right, so maybe 6. Nah, but it wasn't 2013. But
I don't even remember that. Like honestly, I just not recently really got into basketball like that. But
that's when they. Yeah.
I remember when they had that team because Teague was running that at point, and then they had
Horford.
They had Bazemore coming off the bench,
and then they had forget who else.
They had a whole bunch of pieces on that team.
It was a good team, though.
Yeah.
Anyways, Giannis, I don't know what's gonna happen. Game 5, he's definitely doubtful, most likely out. Game 6, you can't rule him out. Moving forward, the Suns are playing right now. The Suns are currently winning.
First quarter just ended. It ended very crazy too.
DeMarcus Cousins just hit a bank shot 3-pointer
and 2 defender spaces.
So
then they exchanged threes before that as well.
I think we should switch a little bit. You want to get into your topics you're talking about?
Yeah, sure.
There's been some recent NFL news that's happened within the past couple of weeks.
A few crazy things.
Honestly, just dive into whatever one you want to.
It was honestly just the last week and a half, but these all actually I'm pretty sure all these stories either happened on the same day or a day apart. But it was just 3 really crazy stories.
It happened all within
kind of all like some breaking news for the NFL, so that's why I kind of decided to share them all. But there's only 3 of them. I would probably start with the Vikings rookie defensive tackle. So the Minnesota Vikings drafted a defensive tackle named Jalen Twyman in the 6th round of the NFL draft this past year. and he's from the University of Pittsburgh. So he was visiting. He's originally from Washington D.C. and it was last Monday night. So today is Wednesday. So it was 9 days ago. He was visiting his aunt in Washington D.C. And this was actually the same place where his uncle and brother were shot and killed. I don't know what it does. I couldn't find any specific details on the shooting itself or what was the motive or why it happened. But he was shot 4 times while visiting his aunt. Like he walked out of an SUV that he pulled up in, and he got shot 4 times. Supposedly there were several other victims on the scene who got shot as well. I don't think it didn't say anybody died. I think it was just saying some wounds. But he got shot once in the arm, once in the leg, once in the rear, and then once in the shoulder. So he got shot 4 times. And he's expected to make a full recovery. But it is a pretty crazy story, I would say.
So you think shot is gang related?
I mean,
it could possibly be because especially since it's saying his uncle and brother were shot and killed in the same area. I feel like there could be some type of motive, maybe like a family rival or something just with the name that he holds, maybe something with the Twyman family. I don't really know exactly.
I'd honestly agree with that. If anything, it might be like out of the crazy blue, it might be tied up with the mob with that name for some reason. I don't know why, or just I don't know. That doesn't really make sense where your uncle and your brother get shot in the same place, and you almost end up in the same thing that your brother and uncle just did. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. What I would also like to know is it says there's several other victims. I wonder if it's like bystanders or if it's maybe some other family members of his. That's another thing I'd maybe like to know because if it's some other family members, it's definitely got to be something.
Yeah.
Like beef related or some type of problems.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's kind of weird how like right when he hops out, like they must have known he was in the area or something too. If he was even the one being targeted too, because you never know if he was even the one being targeted, saying there were several other victims.
Or he could have been. Like, I don't know. What if that spot where he got shot at, like other people get shot there too?
Yeah, I'm saying it could have been a bad neighborhood. You never know that either.
Yeah.
I've heard that DC doesn't really have some good areas like that.
Nah, hell no. Actually, right up the block from the White House, it's actually a hood. It's actually the hood. Actually, there's actually a percentage. Like everybody that works at the White House, you have a 65% chance of actually getting mugged walking to the White House.
Wow.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's wild, bro. Like everybody thinks Washington is like this great lucrative place because it's top of the hill. It's where the White House is. Nah, fam. They have bad infrastructure over there too.
That's kind of ironic how like the face of like one of the most historical buildings of our country is right around like a hood.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, isn't that America overall though? You know, I mean, this isn't political shock, but you know, we can get into a whole other side conversation on that. Like, but it's real how, you know, no matter what, you know, even if you try to get out the game, you know, or you try to get out the hood, you know, the hood always ends up getting its dues, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Did your middle school have the trip to go to DC?
Every
go on it
though. I've had that trip to go to DC.
Yeah, ours did too. We didn't go. I didn't want to go. When I heard that shit, I was like, I'd rather not go. That doesn't sound like a fun time. And I didn't even know back then of how serious it was around the area. It's just, it didn't sound like a fun time. It sounded like a history lesson the entire time.
Yeah,
it sounded like something just to get out of the state.
I just didn't. Yeah.
All right, but anyways, you want to continue on that next story?
Loki. Yeah. So, that's it for the Jalen Twyman story. That kind of sums up really what happened with that. There's not too much to that story.
There should be more shit coming out.
Yeah, probably. But he's not really a big rookie. He's a 6th-round draft pick, and it's already been out for 9 days, so I don't really think I wouldn't really see anything else coming out about it.
I mean, I wonder how long it would take for him to recover, like recovery time, like that, like to truly get back to playing or football, back to that level of. What position was he?
Defensive tackle.
I mean,
he's a big guy too. He's expected to make a full recovery.
Yeah, where did he get shot?
What's that?
Where did he get shot?
The arm, leg, rear, and shoulder.
Like those are big hits, especially if it's in that same arm.
Yeah, if he got hit in the same, yeah. Hope it's not his dominant arm either.
I mean, I'm more focused on the shoulder and the leg than the arm.
Well, he's the defensive tackle, so the thing is, he uses his arms more than anything, trying to get through the offensive line.
I'm pretty sure as an offensive tackle, he uses his shoulder more than anything and his leg.
He's a defensive tackle.
Well, regardless, yeah, I mean, you're both using your
offensive
shoulder.
tackles, I'd say, would use their shoulders more than defensive, because offensive tackle, you're keeping that form, trying to just defend, and the defensive tackle, you're trying to swivel through them.
It's really both. That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Shoulders more.
Yeah, like either way, like you're a tackle, arm, shoulder, and leg. Those are all crucial points. So I mean, damn. Talk about fucking key hits. Like these people hit him crazy. And we're sure it's not an assassination. Like it's not a hit. Yeah.
Who knows? I wish I had more information on it. Because it sounds like it could be all of the above. Like, they all sound like logical options, honestly. Especially with the status of him being in the NFL now, and then him having the history in D.C. with his other family being killed there.
Nah, I feel that. I feel that 100%.
All right, well, we can move on to the next one then. So the Chiefs. This is a bit more of a known player. Some people might know this player. The Chiefs have a defensive end named Frank Clark. He just got arrested last Sunday for illegal firearm possession. So there's a few different sources for this. One of them was like some news channels, and then one of them was TMZ as well. They all pretty much were summed up to the same thing, but all of them have little different bits and pieces of the story. So TMZ said that Clark was pulled over in LA on a routine traffic stop on Sunday. Police allegedly found an illegal firearm, and they were, this is according to LAPD officer Tony Im or something. Can't really, it's just IM as his last name. They're saying it was an Uzi that was noticed in sticking out of a bag in the back seat. And so then he was arrested for felony possession of an illegal firearm and posted $35,000 bond on Monday morning. He did say, so his attorney, they did speak to his attorney a little bit about this, and his attorney stated that the gun belonged to his bodyguard, to Clark's bodyguard. And his bodyguard wasn't present in the vehicle, but so I'm not exactly sure how that would work when it comes to charging him with possession of the weapon. But
my whole thing with that is, if you make a certain amount of money, why are you walking around with an unregistered gun?
Yeah. So if it doesn't belong to you, like you got to be more careful. Like maybe if it is really his bodyguard's, maybe his bodyguard left it in the back seat or something without noticing. But it's like you got to be careful.
A bodyguard is carrying an Uzi. Who is his bodyguard? A GTA character? The hell you need an Uzi for, bro? Like, bro.
Yeah. It could be a standard issue pistol. I mean, you're an NFL player that's not even like high status like that. Like he's
like exactly, like relax, bro. Like people don't have health bars. You shoot them one time, 9 out of 10 times they're probably down. All right, unless they're the Rock, then you shoot them 3 to 4. But like like it's not that crazy.
Nah,
That's
for real,
how
yeah.
I don't feel.
I got you on that, yeah. I can
Like I
see how that
feel bad.
would line up a little bit then, because it's not really standard issue for a bodyguard to carry an Uzi. You're definitely right.
Yeah, like it's like bro, like you're making a certain amount of money. You're at a certain amount of fame. You gotta
Yeah,
let it go. Like those street tactics, that shit gotta go over there, bro. You're not
yeah.
even. You're not,
He's actually the highest paid player on that defense too.
look at that, bro. You're showing a bad example, like, and that shit sucks because like these kids, right? They're given the opportunity to do something, and then they squander it by like having a gun charge or
Yeah,
shooting someone or like like you could be making multi millions of
stupid.
dollars. You and your family
Um,
set for life, and you're just deciding just to be a hoodlum for the rest of your life. That shit is sad. It's sad to me. I'm not gonna lie.
well, he's actually lucky he even got to the NFL in the first place because in 2014 he was going to the University of Michigan for football, and he got arrested on a suspicion of domestic violence charge, and they removed him from the football team. But I guess later on actually it didn't say what happened with that case. I thought it said it got dropped, but it didn't say. The NFL actually won't give him any suspension yet on this arrest until the whole legal process is worked through, and he actually does have a court date for this arrest the day after their Week 6 game this year against the Washington football team.
Wow, so they're gonna let him play through the first 6 weeks?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Well, they're not gonna do
they're
anything.
Not gonna issue a suspension yet until the legal process is worked through. Then he might just play the first 6 weeks, and then if they issue a suspension by then he'll serve it then.
Wow, that's crazy.
Even if it was an 8-game suspension, he'd still be back for 15 and 16. He'd be able to play.
But even then, like they're going to playoffs.
Yeah.
I feel like letting him play for 6 weeks is straight. It's not. I feel like this is that serious. Like again, I feel like this is so stupid. Like to be caught holding like now you
with him being the highest paid player on that defense, he's like part of the big three on that defense, and that big three kind of holds together their defense. I mean, like the Chiefs are still going to be set because they have the best offense in the league, but like the defense,
it's getting debatable.
I mean, it's getting debatable, yeah.
Hey,
but
let's not talk about that debate. Let's have a debate on how is him being suspended gonna fuck up the team.
I think it's just they're gonna
the run defense.
Opinion, I think it's going to be the run defense, and two, they're gonna have to partially restructure the defense for the time he's out, because you have Chris Jones, who's pretty much their top. Like I don't even know if I'd say he's their top defensive player. I personally think it's Tyrann Mathieu, because he's just my favorite on that defense. But that's the big three right there. You got Chris Jones, Frank Clark, and Tyrann Mathieu. So Tyrann Mathieu's an all-pro safety.
I'm surprised that Frank Clark's paid more than Chris Jones, to be honest. But yeah.
Well, I mean, over the years, Chris Jones will be paid more. It's just the way their contracts got set up. I think Chris Jones actually makes more money yearly, but he just has a higher contract, like years spread out. Because Frank Clark's on a 5-year, $100 million extension right now. I think it's an extension. It's either an extension or just a straight up contract. But that's how much it is, though. But with him being out, they're gonna have to look to some of their either. I don't really know much about their other defensive ends, but he's the only defensive end that sticks out on that team. So just not having as much edge help or even just run support, like it's gonna be big for them. They're gonna have teams running on the outside more, not going up the middle, because they're just gonna be avoiding Chris Jones and knowing they don't have Frank Clark right there. So they're going to get more rushing yards scored on the team. They're going to have to maybe, if I was them, I would start trying some more free safety blitz and try to get Tyrann Mathieu down low with being the tackler that he is, if Frank Clark does serve a suspension. because that would give them more run support down low that they're going to need. But yeah, that's one thing that yeah, that's one way I think he would affect the team if he was out.
I feel that.
All I know is if that this was a regular kid that just got caught up with a random Uzi in the back of his car and it wasn't his per se, he's going to jail for 5 to 10 years. So right now, for him to not serve a suspension at all, I mean, he's got to serve suspension. Like even if it's they don't really do him in legal trouble like that, he gets off with bail and all that, whatever they do it. But you got to serve a suspension, bro. That's not a good setup for this. It's not a good example for the NFL.
I 100% agree. How many people? How many? Can we can we do a bet on how many player suspensions that we can
How many
that
players? What?
have by the end of the season due to not shit like like one player punches another person like some stupid shit.
Oh, like how many crazy things we think will happen?
Yeah,
I'll say 4.
yeah.
Like really crazy, 4.
Nah, I'll give it 7.
Like really crazy shit. Like I don't think so. I don't think it'll be that many.
I'm gonna say 5. I feel like
5.
5 is a great number. 4 is too low. 7,
I'm gonna stick with 7.
chaotic and shit.
I
Okay.
think there's a lot of tension going into this season. I'm gonna
You
stick
know
with 7.
what? Ooh, that's a good thing because there's been a lot of tension building up in these past seasons.
You got a lot of trades being made. You got a lot of, oh, you should have never got rid of me. You got a lot of, oh, you missed your chance on me. You got a lot of, oh, these teams are beefing with each other. So I just think a lot of things could happen.
All right, all right. 5, 4, and 7. I feel that. That's a good bet. We all have to remember this because at the end of the fucking season, we're gonna see who wins.
We
Yeah.
can look back at the VOP.
Yeah.
And be like, yep,
Anyway,
it was 7.
Do you want to talk about that last story?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got one more story that's just out of the league content of what we usually talk about.
So
this one's kind of big going forward for the league and really just the NBA and just all sports, to be honest.
Everything in general. It's the Raiders defensive end, Carl Nassib, was the first. I think it's Nassib. He's the first player in NFL history to openly come out as being gay while being on an active roster. So
he released a video. What was that on his Instagram?
Yeah, he released a 1-minute video right outside of his home in Pennsylvania, which is where I think he grew up, Westchester, Pennsylvania, and he took a video on his phone, uploaded it to his Instagram, and he basically just, in a quick gist, was saying how he's coming out as being gay and that he hopes moving on that one day videos like this and the whole coming out process, quote unquote, are just not necessary. But until then, I'm going to do my best in my part to cultivate a culture that's accepting and passionate. He states how he's actually wanted to share this information for over 15 years.
Wow.
But his friends and family actually eventually helped him find the comfort to be able to share this publicly to like all of his fans and stuff like that. It's kind of I'm happy for the guy. It's honestly kind of crazy for some people to see a NFL player come out. They see these huge dudes and they would never think that anybody would be comfortable with coming out as gay because it would like ruin their figure. Because like you see this guy, he's 6'7", like 200 something pounds. I forgot exactly how heavy he was, but
I mean he had some great stats in college. What was it? He led the league in sacks, right?
Yeah. Before I'll get to that, but before I say it, like one more thing he said in the video is that how he's actually gonna start he's gonna donate $100,000 to the Trevor Project, which is actually a nonprofit that prevents suicide and crisis prevention services to
LGBTQ youth. So that's another big thing.
Actually,
I'm sure a lot of people.
LGBTQQAI. It's a lot of.
I don't know.
What did he say?
He's trying to pronounce it. I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's just LGBTQ. There you go.
No,
that's what it is. But
it was that like in 2014 until another kid.
So that's pretty much all he said in the video. He just came out and then he said how he's donating to this cause. But a lot of NFL players had a lot of support for him. Let's see, players like J.J. Watt, Saquon Barkley, which was actually a fellow Penn State alumni of his. He did play college at Penn State.
It's really interesting to see this because I feel like more players are definitely going to come out. I don't think it's just going to be specifically NFL. I think it'll definitely be NBA and just NHL. Just all sports are just across everywhere and just anywhere where it's really public.
And
I think it was definitely a relief for.
Exactly.
I think it was. I pronounce it Carl Nassib. I don't know how it's Nassib. I don't know what it is, but I think it was definitely a huge relief just for him to just come out and say this. I mean,
I think it's going to be a huge relief. Sorry, I think it's going to be a huge relief for other people to be more comfortable with coming out.
It would no doubt be more comfortable, especially like as he's number one coming out and saying it. I mean, he's the official first person to say it, coming out as an official player who's in the major leagues, you call it.
Like the top tier professional leagues, like NFL, MLB, NBA.
We'll see what happens. I mean, I'll definitely bet on people coming out before the season. It doesn't. I mean, it matters, but at the same time, we shouldn't look at it as a huge effect. Like it's just okay. You came out, and we respect you for who you are, and then that's it. We just move forward with life, and that's who you are, and that's who you want to be, and it shouldn't be anything more than that.
That's what it should be, exactly, because it's just like, okay, like, good for him. I'm glad we support you. Let's keep moving on. There's no reason to, like...
I feel like... I agree.
What's up?
See, I'm kind of torn, because I understand why they're excited about why this is a good thing. You know, it's opening up. Now gay people could come in openly to the NFL now. Hopefully. I get all that stuff. But then it kind of reminds me of when Tony Romo came out and was like, yo, I have faith in Jesus Christ. He's my Lord and Savior. And I just looked at him and was like, Tony Romo, you suck ass. And you're over here talking about fucking Christ. Like, no one fucking cares. Run a shit to the fucking end zone and then tell me about fucking Jesus. That's kind of how I feel about this. Like, bro, I'm glad you're out there. I'm glad you're open. I'm glad you're good. Now, please, do something this season other than you just making that, 10-minute Instagram clip or whatever. Like, cool.
He does his part. He does his thing for sure. He's a starter on that team, and he's a big part of. I'll get into his college career, but just real quick, he's a.
The defense line's definitely building for the Raiders.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's a part of the process of that building defensive line. I think right now he's like in his late 20s right now. He didn't do too bad last season. It was his first season with Las Vegas. So like I said, he is really a big part of the rebuild there. He only had 28 tackles. He had 2.5 sacks and an interception, which was actually the first interception of his career so far.
I mean, as a rookie, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty good. 2.5 sacks and an interception. That's pretty solid.
He's been a starter every year of his career so far. And he was actually... So he had a crazy college career. So real quick, I'll say. He was originally a walk-on at Penn State. He didn't get any play time at first. He finally got a shot, and he started to get very, very minimal play time. And then eventually he broke out his senior season once they gave him a full shot in being a starter. And once he finally had a shot, he led the nation in sacks with 15.5. Then he was a unanimous All-American and the Big Ten defensive play. This is all in 1 year. So before I say all these accolades, this is 1 year. He was a unanimous All-American, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. He won the Lombardi Award, which is given to college football's best lineman or linebacker, and he won the Ted Hendricks Award, which is given to the country's best defensive end. So he won 3 awards, and he was an All-American.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's up. And I'm glad he's dope. And I'm glad, and I hope he doesn't fuck up. And I'm glad that he's coming out there, and I'm glad that he's open, and I'm glad that the NFL, I like that it's happening in the NFL,
Yeah.
not like in the NBA or the MLB, because like the NFL is by all three, the NFL is the most racist and white one out of all of them. You know, the fact that it's happening here, well, other than NASCAR, I forgot about NASCAR. NASCAR is white as fuck, but fucking now like that it's happening in the NFL, that's gonna be a good like change. You know, it's gonna be a good, gonna give a lot of perspective to a lot of people there. You know, and that shit will be fucking dope, bro. And hopefully, I think about more homosexuals playing fucking active sports. You know, and us changing that stigma that a gay person has to be girly. Because there's actually a lot of gay people that I know that are more manly than fucking I am.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, do you mean like it'll get out to more of a diversity of people because of the fan bases?
Yeah, like if you ask
Like,
somebody, yo, what's your first thought of a gay person? They're gonna go some feminine like man person. But a gay person could be anybody. Most of the people I know now that turned out to be gay, I was like, holy shit, you gay for real? Wild. Like, oh my god, you walk talk just like us. That's wild. Like, you know, like I was so ignorant and so naive, and I used to think that crazy.
yeah, I feel you.
So I just realized, like,
Some
yo, it
people.
could literally just be anybody. Like, bro, like, you know, that stigma that we have towards gay people, how they're not athletic, you know. A gay person only joins a sport so they could touch a man. That shit's wild. It's like, what the fuck? Like, that's so stupid. So I'm glad that this can finally start changing that fucking stigma, you know?
I definitely agree. I'm fully. I definitely support the whole making this a comfortable thing. Like I don't think I definitely agree with what he had to say in the video too about how moving forward it shouldn't be necessary to have to come out because it's just like it should be normalized. It's just like if they want to be who they want to be, like if they want to be gay, there's no problem with that. They shouldn't have to make it clear to for other people to be like accepting to it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You know, it shouldn't matter, you know? And I get, like, a lot of people, like Dan, the pod boss, he's like, you know, why does this matter? Why is this important? But in order for us to get to that, why does this matter? Why is this important status? We kind of got to make it a little bit important. Kind of got to make it kind of out there
Oh yeah, exactly,
so we can
exactly.
come from it. Because we can't go from not talking about it, hiding about it, to, oh, let's move on and not talk about it and hide about it. We kind of got to talk about it so then we can kind of push
Yeah,
the big
it's like
fucking trunk fucking through. And once
yeah,
it's done, then you can be like, all right, that's it. We got it through. It's done. It's over. Let's just grow, you know? But again,
exactly. It's like still in
America,
the process of becoming more comfortable, kind of.
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely from like our generation because you're a millennial and we're a Generation Z. It's like our generation is definitely more coming out of that stage of just being gay, and it's just different. Like to see because I mean, it's definitely across all of generations, but like especially ours, it's just making it more known. And I just I see that. I mean, he's a young guy, right? He's part of our generation.
Who Carl Nassib?
Yeah, he's what?
He's about 28, I think.
He's 28.
Yeah.
Damn, he's old. Never mind.
He's a little older.
Nah, he's. I thought he was like 25 because if he was 24, 25, he'd still be part of our generation.
Yeah,
but still.
Oh shit. I don't know if you're watching this game at all, Eli. If you've been following it, Phoenix and
yeah. I'm actually looking for my remote right now.
yeah, DeAndre Ayton just went down.
He'll be all right.
That's the starting center for the Suns. He's on the ground right now.
He's fine. Beverly's just playing crazy this whole game.
Bro,
Beverly's just playing the whole entire series. I mean, Beverly, that's just him as a player. I mean, Patrick Beverly is always just a physical player on defense. He's always wants to get up under people's grill. He doesn't really give a fuck. I mean, to me, I kind of like him when I'm cheering for him, but when I'm not cheering for him, I fucking hate him. And right now, I hate him because I'm cheering for the Suns, and he's just everywhere on the court. He just blocked the shit out of Ayton. He hit him over the head.
That definitely hurt. Yeah. He's trying to break his nose.
He doesn't care. I mean, he broke, or he. I don't know if he broke. I don't know if he broke Devin Booker's nose, but he definitely cut it open where he had to have stitches, and he's been wearing this face mask that's fucked him up over the past couple games. But he's not playing with it tonight, and they're winning 63-57. So we'll see how this game goes. There's a minute and change left in this first half. Let's go Suns.
Yeah, man.
You already know. Well, Landon already knows. At the third quarter, once it hits 8 minutes, I give my prediction. What I do.
Beverly's just a fucking animal. I mean, wow. It looks like Aiden's injury was towards the neck. It looks like he's not okay, actually. Huh. All right.
Close to halftime.
Honestly, the way that this series has been looking, Phoenix should wrap it up tonight, regardless if they're playing at the Clippers. I mean, they're winning right now by 6. It's been a physical game. Every time that they've played at the Clippers, it's always been physical. They don't really call the off balls. They don't really call any offensive calls, and I don't know. This game's really physical, and I feel like the refs are kind of on the Clippers side when it comes to them being at home. But they're up 3-2. Cam Johnson's not playing off the bench.
Ayton shooting free throws.
He's always talking. Beverly's always chatting with somebody. It's funny.
Yeah, I can see Phoenix winning this.
Ayton missed both of his free throws.
I think if Ayton scores 18 plus and he gets 9 plus rebounds, they're winning the game regardless. If Booker can also go off for 32, I think they win regardless too. I mean, the way this team plays, they have enough pieces coming off the bench, and I said Cam Johnson isn't playing tonight, who's been a pretty big piece coming off the bench, scoring 12 plus the past couple games. It's just if Booker scores 30 plus, I don't see them losing at all. And like I said, if Ayton has 19 points, 18 plus points, and he has 9 plus rebounds, they're winning the game regardless. There's too many bench pieces. There's too many other pieces that can score, like Jay Crowder just hitting a 3 right here. There's just too many pieces.
Jay Crowder got 16. That's big.
Wow. Crowder was 16. That's huge. Just coming off the bench. That's just another. He's starting, actually, at power forward.
I was about to say, Jay Crowder's starting. No, he's starting a small forward, I think. Bridges is at power forward.
They've been moving Bridges and him around to small and power.
Okay.
To end the half, it's going to be 66-57, Phoenix up. It's been a physical game. Like I said, it's been a physical game all series.
Jay Crowder wants to advance. He wants to go back to the finals. He's mad they lost last year and he was on Miami. Jay Crowder is ready to go back.
Yo, Eli. On my side, it's saying pre-live. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
I'm just making sure because it says pre-live on my side.
Nah, it says pre-live on my side too, but you see all these comments and Ace.
Yeah. I'm just making sure.
We got the 21 people watching us. Every 21 of you motherfuckers, if y'all don't mind just proving me right and just commenting, saying where you guys are from, shouting us out, you know, that'd be great. If not, you can just sit there and just be shy little fucks. That's all right. It all makes sense. But we are here. I'm not gonna lie. I really hate these whack ass commercials for these fucking games. Like
Liberty Mutual.
Extra Pizza guy said, "You guys think anyone's gonna double states?" I don't know what he means by that.
Does he mean like teams?
Fuck you, Eli. Yeah, bro. We don't know what you're saying. You're not making sense. What the fuck is double states? You mean double stakes? You mean like overtime? Yeah. See, look, this is why we don't listen to them. Nah. Ha.
Going back to Giannis, that game was a blowout. Honestly, after in between him getting injured, it was starting to become a blowout. As he got injured, they were up by 14, and then as soon as they went out, they just went on a 8-0 run, and they were up 22. But looking forward to that series, that game's on tomorrow. Was that Game 5 in Milwaukee?
Mm-hmm.
So
he's definitely out though, right? For this,
he's doubtful. I don't think he's gonna play. I mean, you never know. He's the Greek freak. He could play. He shouldn't play. I think he should hold it for Game 6 because I think Middleton and Holiday and Brook Lopez can get it going. I don't know if Trae Young's gonna play tomorrow yet. He's questionable, along with Clint Capella. He has an eye injury. Capella's definitely gonna play, but he'll probably be wearing some goggles or some type of something over him.
I feel that. I think. Wait, he's from Greece.
Giannis, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Why isn't he at war?
Huh?
Isn't Greece going through like some war? It's like a law in Greece. Like whenever Greece goes to war, every man that was born in Greece or is from Greece has to go to war, unless you're never allowed to go back to Greece again.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He was already in war. That's
No,
what I told you earlier.
It was just that some shit like, I don't know. That's wild. That's crazy. Shout out to fucking Giannis for that, even though he's a stupid, flimsy, clumsy piece of shit.
Bro, that injury was bad.
That's good for him. He should learn from that. Stop being a fucking clumsy fuck.
I think if
still playing that foreign basketball shit, bro. This is the NBA.
Without Giannis in Game 5, if he doesn't play, and if Young doesn't play, if Lopez and Bobby Portis coming off the bench, I don't know if he'll start or not, but if both of them combine for 22 plus, I think they win the game. Those two are big. Those two are two big pieces. Bobby Portis has been huge over the past couple of games, and he's just been coming off the bench. He had a game where he had 11. He had another game where he had 15. Those points coming off the bench are huge. Just like Cam Johnson, who's on the Suns, who's not playing tonight. He's been huge coming off the bench. Cameron Payne's been big, but he's been dealing with a foot injury. So there's just coming off the bench. Those points are just so big. Having a deep bench when you don't have somebody who's going off. Like Giannis he didn't have any points in the first quarter the other night. When you don't have points coming off the bench, like that was a crazy game. He really was playing terrible that whole game, and then he got injured. I think he had 6 points that whole game. It was a terrible game by him, but when those games happen, when your big stars and stepping up, you need somebody off the bench who can score 15.
You know, we got to do a live finals. We got to go all big. Like we got to get wings, pizza, nachos, beer.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. That'd be fun, man.
What?
That'd be fun.
You got to figure out whose house we're gonna do it. My house or Marcus's house or Landon's house.
By then, we'll probably figure it out.
Yeah, we can figure that out. We'll probably do it here. Probably could.
That'd be wavy. Yeah, that should be crazy. I'm looking for Trae Young to come back. Definitely.
We need Suns and Hawks in the finals. That's what we need.
Nah, honestly, I mean, me and Landon been always saying it. Like, yo, the Suns are really going there. Like,
I've been saying it, bro. I said it since the playoffs started. Before that shit started, I remember sitting in what was it, your car? It was in Mark's car, and I was saying, "Yo, who's your two teams on each side?" And I was like, I'm pretty sure I said, I don't remember the other team I said, but I most definitely said the Suns for the West.
You said the Clippers.
So, did I say the Clippers?
I thought you said the Clippers. Actually.
Damn, I said the Suns and the Clippers. Because I most definitely said the Suns. So if I said the Suns and the Clippers, that's crazy. And then for the East, I honestly don't even remember. I'm pretty sure I just said Brooklyn because it was just so obvious that they were probably gonna go.
I think you did say Brooklyn.
Bro, they had the team, bro. I don't know what the fuck, man.
Giannis, man.
Nah, bro, Giannis, that nigga wasn't even that much of a. It was like, I don't know, like they all overpowered themselves too quick. Like they try to end it too.
I mean, Middleton has some good games at that series too, and I don't know. Did Bobby Portis have a good series against him?
He hasn't. They've been playing him weird. They played him a little bit in that last series, but the first series that they had, they played him a lot. Yeah. Like it's weird how they play him.
Brook Lopez has been a pretty solid rebounder for them as well. They have size on their team, so they're really they're a really good rebounding team. They get a lot of offensive rebounds. Yeah. They get a lot of second chances on missed shots, so it's a lot of second chance buckets too.
Yeah,
and that's a really big thing in this league that a lot of teams don't have the luxury of, and they have a very high luxury of that with Chris Middleton, Giannis, and Brook Lopez, and Bobby Portis, and whoever else is these huge wingspans on that Milwaukee team. They all look like mini Greek freaks.
Yeah.
I feel that.
We'll see as this game hits at halftime. I think the Suns are going to pull it out. They're going to head to the finals and await their opponent on that side. And I've said to Mark before, I feel like this Hawks team is the Heat team of last year. You know, you didn't expect them to win. They had a trade that happened previously with Capella, and that kind of changed their demeanor as a team of just moving the ball on the offense, being able to go inside with it, and then just having a defensive piece, and then just Trae Young being able to distribute the ball with that floater. I mean, the floater is one of my favorite shots when I play basketball. But when you're able to have a 6'10+ guy who can just go up there and catch your floater if you miss and just dunk it, it's just different. Like you say, oops, that was a pass. I didn't mean to shoot that. You know, it's just different. So after that happened, their whole team just changed. They got Bogdanovich, who was actually supposed to go to the Bucks in a trade, and he said no, which was kind of funny. And then he just signed with, or he got, what was it? He didn't even get traded, right? He just signed with the Hawks, right?
Who?
Yeah. Or did he
No,
get?
I think he did. I think it was like a sign and trade or something like that.
It was a sign and trade, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, 'cause I know he's on a 4-year contract.
I can't even believe he did not go into the Bucks. It's kind of crazy.
I wonder how they would look with him. I honestly don't like him as a player. He's a good outside perimeter defensive guy, kind of like with his steals. He's a good pass perception guy, but he dribbles the ball too much, and I don't know. I just don't like him where he fits on the team.
I think he thought he would have been getting a bigger role on Atlanta, just because you already see who's on Milwaukee. You got Middleton and Giannis and all the players I pretty much already named.
Yeah.
So
I honestly like him on New Orleans.
The Pelicans?
Yeah. Because I don't really have like a lot of shooters like that. And I feel like Bogdanovich would be a solid piece to have there.
Supposedly they're thinking about trading either Zion or Lonzo. Like they've been in a lot of different. I've been seeing on different social media platforms a lot of different trade rumors for both of them.
There's no way they trade Zion. And if they trade Lonzo,
I think it's mainly because Zion is unhappy. Like they're saying that him and his family are unhappy with the way that the team has been utilizing him. That they're not committed to building around him, like getting players that are suitable enough to make a playoff run next to Zion. So him and his family are starting to get frustrated with that.
Well, I'm pretty sure this next year is Lonzo's last year on his rookie contract.
I believe so.
So then, if they don't trade him now, he's definitely going to be a free agent and leave.
He might be. He's been in the league for a while. That contract's got to be done now.
Unless they extended it for that 5th year. I don't know. I don't know if it works the same way like the NFL. But I think, Lonzo is definitely leaving. I don't think Zion's going to leave. If they're smart, they build around Zion.
Lonzo's going to be a free agent.
He's
restricted.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's definitely, he's leaving. He's not re-signing with the Pelicans.
He's restricted. You don't think they'll match a contract?
Oh, he's restricted? Oh.
It's possible. I don't know. We'll see.
I think he's going to get a big deal. And I don't think they're going to want to sign it.
And Josh Hart is also restricted. And then James Johnson and Willie Hernangomez are unrestricted free agents.
I think they'll re-sign Josh Hart, but Lonzo's definitely leaving.
In March, they were saying that Lonzo could sign a 4-year, $85 million deal. Or a 5-year, $110 million deal. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
He's going to get the most he can get.
Let's actually... this was June 6th, predicting Lonzo's free agency. Let's see what happens.
Yep.
I can see him going to the Knicks. Look, there he is on a commercial with his brother.
Right when you said that.
Oh, wait.
Right when you said that, this article literally said how the Knicks have plenty of room to work with under the cap and there's motivation to spend without compromising future flexibility.
I feel like
they're in the run for Lonzo, kind of.
I feel like they can definitely make a run for Lonzo. I mean, it's a big city. You know, you didn't make it in LA. Why not try it on the East and the Big Apple?
The Knicks are going to get somebody. Because
the Knicks are definitely getting somebody with that cap.
This is the free agent. They got there's Kyle Lowry, Mike Conley, Dragic, Oladipo, but he's going to be probably injured the whole next season already. So DeMar DeRozan, Dennis Schroeder, Spencer Dinwiddie. There's a lot of guards in free agency.
I'm so glad DeRozan's finally a free agent. Can't wait to see DeRozan. I hope he leaves. I really don't want to see him on the Spurs no more. I feel like his career's been wasted there, and I don't want to put any bad name on Popovich's coaching. I feel like DeMar's definitely learned some stuff from Popovich, but the Spurs haven't been a big name for a while now. And DeMar DeRozan, I think if he's on a playoff push team, I think he can definitely be a player who can step up and drop 25 to 30 on a night where you need him to drop it. Because he's done it before. I've seen him do it in Toronto, honestly, where they almost went to the finals.
I'd like him on Phoenix, honestly.
Him in Phoenix would be amazing.
DeMar DeRozan in Phoenix.
Oh my gosh, they'd run it back if they kept that same team. They'd run it back. Take out Michael Bridges. They're running it back.
They're saying Lonzo could go to the Bulls. I kind of like that.
Lonzo to the Bulls would be amazing. I'd love to see that with Zach LaVine, and then now Vucevic on that team, who's a good player. What?
I'm seeing the game is on. That's all I'm saying. My bad. Oh, Paul George down.
Just started the third quarter here. First possession out of the Paul George with a foul on the left wing. Michael Bridges is saying it's not a foul. That was all ball. Yeah, that was a foul. Hit him in the elbow. That was a foul. Okay. Moving forward. Hawks game is on tomorrow, what, 8:30? Check that.
Hawks and
I wanted to talk about the 76ers for a little bit. The Hawks eliminated them in Game 7.
8:30. Yep.
Yeah, it's on at 8:30 tomorrow. There's been a lot of talks about them rejuvenating the team, restructuring the team, and that obviously means either Joel Embiid is leaving or Ben Simmons or Tobias Harris. So I definitely think it's going to be Ben Simmons, and there's been a lot of bash on him. He didn't perform in the playoffs like people expected over the years, and he really hasn't just been that piece that people really thought he was going to be after he won the Rookie of the Year, after he was already in his second year. But we're not going to talk about that. But his stats overall, people got on his stats for him shooting the worst free throw percentage ever in playoff history at 34%, even worse than Shaq. Having a 60% shooting of. Actually, hold on. Sorry. Where was that at? There was just nights where he had just 2 of 6 shooting, just 5 of 10 shooting, just not high percentage shooting, but overall his overall percentage of that series with the Hawks, he had 60.7.
That's surprising.
It's not bad. I mean, for him, it definitely should be better, but
it was mostly these two games. He went 7 for 11 and then 7 for 7 in the first game.
Yeah. That first game, he played great. I mean, dropping 17 points. You know, he had 4 assists, steals. He's always been a defensive player. He had 2.5 steals. He had averaged 2.5 steals. What was it? 2 years ago.
34. That was shooting 34% in a playoff series from the free throw line.
I mean, that's just the worst ever. 34%. That's worse than Shaq.
They're supposed to be a guard.
Like, that's just crazy to think about.
They're supposed to be a guard. 15 for 45 from the free throw line.
Wow. But yeah, he's
basketball player.
He's gonna be traded. I think they're gonna get at least a first round pick and definitely a player in return. Put him on a different team. Put him on the Spurs. Honestly, make him a power forward. What he doesn't know how to be yet. He's always been playing point guard for the 76ers. No one showed him how to play power forward, which he has the body to play as. You see him body somebody down in the paint, and automatically he goes to passing it. And it's like, what are you doing? Just dunk it. You're right there. He's just got to get more physical, really. And I don't know a better coach to teach him than Popovich as he's about to head out. And I honestly think his contract's coming up, and I hope he stays in the league. But he's definitely depleted over the years. You've definitely seen it over this past 5 years. He's gotten old, and I wouldn't mind him retiring now with how the team's been.
You know, Simmons reminds me of D'Angelo Russell. They're like two stars who have a lot of untapped potential, and they're just like almost like lost puppies because they haven't had proper coaching yet.
Honestly, yeah, I feel like that's what it is because they haven't had their attention that's needed for them to have that untapped potential.
Yep.
Like, they're just like, okay, you're a big star, you can do it on your own. But it's really like, yo, I'm a big star, but I really need help. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened on the Sixers. Like, they showed a lot of love to Embiid, and then Embiid showed it. I mean, even with the slight tear in his meniscus, he played amazing, dropping 35 points with a double-double. I actually had a triple-double with that 35 points. But Embiid needs a better piece than Simmons, and Simmons needs a coach that's going to teach him how to play power forward and how to just facilitate the ball to shoot it better. You can't be shooting 34% from the free throw line. That's unacceptable in the NBA.
Especially as a guard, if you're going to play guard.
And winning Rookie of the Year?
You need a guard that can shoot, I mean, fucking at least over 70% from the free throw line. Yeah, like
regardless, even if you switch to power forward, you were a point guard at first. You got to be shooting better than that. And everyone's expecting you to shoot bad, so they're gonna foul you and put you on the line. So you should be expecting to be good at the line. Like, that should be your main focus, and that should be a main focus. If Giannis is out for the rest of the year, his main focus should be going in and shooting free throws, because he most definitely lost this game and this series because of his free throws, of how close those games were, of how the 116 to 113 game one. And then there was just close games. Not even this series with the Hawks, but series before that they lost off free throws because of him shooting terrible and just the team shooting terrible. Like, the whole crowd is yelling at you, yelling the whole count because you can't shoot the free throw within the amount of time that you're supposed to take a free throw.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. It's like, come on, dude, get a grip already. Shoot the damn free throw. I think he's doing it on purpose at this point because I literally saw a training video of him like from not too long ago, and I was just noticing like it was like a video of him taking free throws, and in the video it was only like 4 to 5 seconds between each free throw. I was like, yo, this man, like, he doesn't even do that whole little process when he's practicing his free throws.
That's crazy.
Why is he doing it in game?
He's doing it to piss off the fans at this point, but it's like it's kind of fucking up his game.
He's literally airballing, bro. That's crazy. How many airballs?
I don't think he's trying to fuck with the fans. I don't know what he's doing because it's not. He doesn't usually do that in practices, or at least in the videos I've seen.
He hasn't hit a three this series. Last year, it looked like he was developing a 3-point shot, and then it just went away. It was almost like what Westbrook did a couple years ago, where he looked like he was developing a shot. He won MVP, and it was like, okay, what's next? And then he didn't show up the next year. And you made out a great point, I think, a little while ago. Mark was talking about Giannis and Westbrook just probably put on too much muscle, and they're not used to shooting with that much muscle. I mean, it makes them shoot different, and
it makes them more of a broad body type, more of a broad figure. So, like, naturally, when you're that swole, I mean, like, your shoulder, it's like almost like your arch type, like your shoulders are kind of a little popped out more, so your shot figure might be weird, like your elbows might be out more when you shoot. Like, if you ever notice how Giannis shoots, his elbows are out very much.
As soon as you said it, like I pictured it in my mind, especially how Westbrook and how Giannis shoots. They both shoot upwards with their arms.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Like
I don't know why.
With shooting with all that muscle.
I don't know why a coach hasn't pointed that out yet. Like, yo, you need to chill with your mass size.
I'm sure some of them have. But it's like they get so used to playing a certain way when they have all that muscle mass, so they just keep rolling with it.
Yeah.
Because then, I mean, you see a player like Stephen Curry, who's arguably the best shooter of all time, and he doesn't have, like, he's toned, but he doesn't have insane amounts of muscle mass. You know?
Right.
And he's an amazingly accurate shooter.
I mean, even Chris Paul, like, you can definitely see, like, his arms aren't crazy like that.
Yeah. Chris Paul got some dad arms, man.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely getting old in the league.
He's doing his thing, though.
Michael Bridges. I mean,
that was Ayton, I think.
No, I'm talking about just his arm size, just how it's compared to Curry's.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I've noticed that really just messes him up. And when I want to look at I want to see that on next pod. Their weight sizes from when Westbrook won. Honestly, look that up. Nah, we'll save that. But I want to see what his weight was when he won the MVP and when the next season and then the previous season before he won. Because I honestly feel like it was a certain weight and it just was that way the entire season or close to that. And those other years it was a little bit above or just something else. Like, I don't know. Because
I see what you mean, yeah.
The way he was playing, bro, it really looked like Westbrook was really going to take off after winning that MVP season.
Well, he had a chip on his shoulder.
He did after KD left.
Chip on his shoulder,
no doubt.
Sure, man. So, I mean, he wanted to ball out that season.
Isn't this his 4th straight season?
He wanted to show that he didn't need KD. He's like, all right, well, an MVP just left my team. Let me show them.
He still won with 4 straight, right? He got the triple-double again, right? So he just won that.
I don't know.
If he got a triple-double this year, if Westbrook averaged a triple-double this year, this would be his 4th straight season, and that'll be the record. So he just broke some record.
I think he did. If I'm not mistaken.
So from changing from the Wizards to the Rockets, and then his original team, the Thunder. I mean, just consistently being a triple-double player. Regardless of him putting on physical mass. He's always been one of my favorites, but I think that realm is now being handed to Ja Morant just because of he can play almost the same way, and his range is definitely being extended.
He averaged some crazy numbers this year.
I love his floater game. I mean, honestly.
You want to hear what Westbrook averaged?
What did Westbrook average?
22.2 points. 11.5 rebounds and 11.7 assists.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy.
That's a really good triple-double right there. Solid. Only on 43% shooting. 44 basically. 43.9%. 65 games played. I think his MVP season 2016, he averaged 31.6 points. That was the first year he averaged a triple-double. He had 10.7 rebounds, 10.4 assists. Only 42% shooting, though.
What was his free throw percentage? I know it was pretty high. Shot pretty well from the line, at least 85, right?
It's not showing.
I think that season specifically, he shot very well from the free throw line. But recently, he has not been shooting well. I wish that team would get another piece. The Suns are.
Free throw percentage was 84% that year.
84%, yeah.
84.5. That was the best of his career.
The Suns are looking to pull away here with their largest lead. 78-67 with 7 minutes to go in the third. Booker with a major dunk.
Oh, he also
Jesus
averaged.
Christ, bro. That nigga dunked that shit like he owned that shit.
He averaged 1.6 steals his MVP season too.
Wow. 1.6 steals for Westbrook on that MVP season. He's one of my favorite players still, but favorite right now, I gotta give it to Ja Morant.
He still had a solid year. He led the league in assists. Well, assist average. I don't know if he led the league in actual assists. But people play. He only played 65 games.
Yeah, you know, Devin Booker's gonna get that good Kendall Jenner pussy tonight.
Yeah. He's like, damn, you going to the finals?
After that dunk, yeah, she's like, she texting him right now. Yeah, daddy, I know what you want. Jesus Christ, bro. Yo, this game is amazing. I'm sorry, I stopped talking for a while because I was just.
Yo, where do you think Ben Simmons can go? Besides Philly.
What's it again?
Where do you think Ben Simmons could fit besides Philly?
No, but what's his position?
Point guard / power forward. With the size, he honestly should play power forward, but he doesn't know how.
Bro, we could put. Is Harden a small forward?
Harden's a shooting guard.
Damn. We could put.
No, why you gotta always say Brooklyn, bro?
Nah, bro, because we can make them stronger. But that's always my first thought. But honestly, we could put Ben.
Nah, Simmons would fuck you up on Brooklyn. You agree on that, Mark?
Oh, bro, we could put Ben in the Bob with the Bobcats. No.
You think? Oh, on the Hornets, you mean?
Yeah, the Hornets. Not bad.
Yeah, with LaMelo. Have Jordan give a little coaching.
Bro, that's like a no-brainer. And you get to play with Melo and learn from Jordan. What do you losing there? Even if y'all don't even get a ring out of it, bro, what you're building in there, he'll be beastie, bro.
I'd like that, and honestly, I'd like him to come to Toronto. I think we could teach him how to be a power forward. Nick Nurse has won the head coach of the year award.
I forget about Toronto.
Ben Simmons to Toronto? Nah. You don't think we could develop him?
I think we could.
Speak up, Marcus. I can't hear you.
I think that they could develop Ben Simmons on Toronto, but I don't think they should.
So you don't think he'll do so? So where do you think he'll fit?
I mean, I'm kind of with him on the Spurs. You know, it'll kind of give him a fresh start with being able to lead a team by himself, and he'll have a really good vet coach to learn from. And the Spurs are the Spurs are a really class organization. It'll kind of help give him some structure as a young player who's trying to be a leader in this league with such high expectations. So it'll be good, even if he's just there for a little while. If he doesn't want to be there long term, it'll be good for him to learn from a team like that and an organization and a coaching staff like that. In my opinion.
Yeah, I feel that.
What do you you thought Toronto?
Not. I mean, I said the Spurs, but I'm just thinking of other fits. I mean, I think Toronto could make a piece out of him. Who else? I don't know. It's really a tough piece to fit. I mean, he needs a good coach to learn from.
He needs to be able to shoot too. He needs to learn how to shoot somewhat.
Maybe Dallas.
I don't think Dallas would be able to trade for him.
Yeah, I would not want them to trade for him. I want Porzingis to be traded for Siakam. Bro. I really want that to happen.
Yeah.
I really want to see Siakam on Dallas because Lucas. I'll put my money on Luka winning MVP next year.
I think he's got it in him to win MVP for
if
sure.
he stays healthy and he has no major injuries next year, I will put money on Luka winning MVP.
He's definitely in a possible position to win MVP. After scoring so many huge games and then just being on a team such as Dallas where he's basically being given like the keys to lead the team. Like Mark Cuban says all this stuff, how he would do anything to keep Luka on the team.
Well, they just brought back that 2011 Dream Team with Jason Kidd, Jason Terry, Dirk Nowitzki, and
the coaching staff
and JJ Barea. They got the whole coaching staff now. As that team, the 2011 team that won the title against the Heat.
You know Mark Cuban's happy about that.
I'm just glad to see it, man.
I just hope it'll work out though too.
Yeah, I hope it's not just BS. I hope they're really there to put in work as coaches because it's difficult when you're putting that pen to paper when you're switching from player to coach. It's not the same. You got to do a lot of more studying. You got to watch a lot of more film. Mm-hmm. You got to look at certain players specifically. There's just certain things that just happen throughout the game that you have to look at differently as a coach than you do as a player. But I'm happy. I hope that they make a big trade this offseason. I think they need to re-sign Tim Hardaway. He's been a great piece coming off of there. I think Norman Powell was a great piece coming off the bench. But Porzingis for Siakam, I hope they don't trade Porzingis for something stupid.
I would like Porzingis on Toronto.
I think it would be a great centerpiece. And then honestly, what about they trade? Nah, they wouldn't do that. But honestly, the trade that you're talking about, Golden State looking to move Wiseman in the 7th pick, right?
Yeah, that's what they were looking at moving for somebody who can make them a win now team again.
So Siakam to the Golden State Warriors with Klay Thompson coming back, Steph Curry, Draymond.
That'd be a big three again.
That'd be nice.
It's just the thing is they're smart. They keep their core players who are stars, and then they always have a leverage to be able to add somebody else.
Steve Kerr is definitely smart, and I'm glad that the Warriors had their run, and now nobody thinks that the Warriors are really much to talk about, at least like major wise. Like, they almost made playoffs. The Grizzlies beat them, but they really haven't been there yet over the past couple of years, and now we're seeing a full year coming off of Klay injury. We're hoping to see everybody healthy going into next year with Steph, Klay, and for now, Wiseman with Draymond and Wiggins. And forgot about Wiggins, to be honest. I mean, that's another piece coming off. I mean, that'd be a great team. But I can't wait to see what happens this offseason because it's definitely going to change. LeBron losing's big. I mean,
he's already developed their bench.
He's already changed his number to 6, so big changes are coming.
Fuck LeBron. I'm sorry, I'm done.
Man.
All right. Yeah, we got that. We got the game on tomorrow on Thursday at 8:30, and then what would that be? Friday. We got the game. This game that's on, if needed, but it doesn't look like it's going to be needed because Phoenix is now up 17. Torrey Craig with a big bucket. 4 minutes left in the third.
Yeah, it's really over.
Yeah, is this your prediction or is the game over?
Yeah, that's my prediction. The game is over. Devin Booker's gonna have hot Kendall Jenner pussy his brand new victory. I promise you, bro. And you know what else, bro? The Clippers are getting tight, bro, because they keep on fouling. OD, bro. They're playing super aggressive today.
Phoenix is doing their thing, man. They didn't come this far out of nowhere for nothing. They want it bad.
But Phoenix has been doing their thing. Like, did I say Phoenix was fouling? I meant to say the Clippers, but I don't know if that's a fact.
Nah, I was just saying how Phoenix has been really showing up.
Nah, yeah, bro. They're fucking playing A1, bro. I definitely want to see the Phoenix and Hawks go at it to see who the fuck is gonna win out of them. Cause like that would be a nice battle. Like right now, it's a good battle. Like, the games that are playing now aren't trash. I think the only one that I didn't like so far was I think the first game that Milwaukee swept, right? Yeah.
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 Okay.
I thought that shit was boring as fuck. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Against the Heat?
Huh?
Against the Heat?
That's who they swept, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Yeah. That's my team, man. Miami.
Yeah, they were Miami needed to stop listening to Rick Ross. Start playing right, you know?
Well, they made a trade before the deadline, and it didn't end up working. Oladipo got injured, like Mark said. He's gonna possibly be out for the rest of the season next year already, based off of how serious his injury was. Yeah. But Miami was there last year, and I said, I think they're the Hawks of this year, and I think the Hawks are gonna go to the finals with this Giannis injury, and even if it wasn't even if Giannis was healthy, I think they were gonna win that game, and I think they're gonna win that series. After they won that game 1, I thought they were gonna win, regardless of them tying up the series at game 4, where it was back to 2-2. Trae Young's just a different beast, man, and he's definitely a superstar. You have to give him credit for what he's been doing. I mean, putting up triple-double points. I mean, just going insane.
He's going to be a superstar. They'll start to see that he is.
He definitely is. After showing up, bro, he had 48, 7, and 11, okay? Like, those numbers are superstar numbers. You are definitely deemed a superstar if you're doing that in playoffs.
Little side note, you see these stupid ass masks that be wearing now? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They're gonna try to creep back into this game. Honestly, if they can get it back down to 10 before the fourth quarter, they honestly have a chance. But
yeah, they're still.
They're just 3-pointer away.
I don't know why they don't play Rondo.
There you go.
They're playing a weird ass defense. I'm trying to see what zone they're playing right now because they've run so many zones to the.
They're down by 10.
The 2-1-2. Oh, here they come.
Damn.
Yo, relax, fat fan. Jesus Christ, I saw that.
Yeah.
On a 7-0 run.
Jesus Christ.
That's their bench right there. DeMarcus Cousins coming off the bench. He scored 15 last game
in 11 minutes.
In 11 minutes, wow. It's a defensive team, especially when you have Kawhi in. And we honestly haven't said anything about Kawhi.
Cousins is doing his part right now. It's really good.
There still is no update on Kawhi's injury. They're saying that it's a left knee sprain. They're not saying if it's a tear or not. They're not disclosing that out. So for now, he sits. if they win this series, he's probably gonna play. But if they win this series, they're definitely gonna disclaim what his injury truly is. There's no way they're gonna go a whole nother series without saying what his injury truly is. But it's most likely a tear.
What was that? Did you see that?
Yeah.
They tried to spin around. Clippers are trying to make a little bit of a comeback right now. They were just down by 7.
Wow, aggressive, bro. This shit is disrespectful at this point.
They're about to be down by double digits now. Oh gosh. Oh,
This is crazy.
they just went on a 10-0 run.
Oh my!
The game is not over. Your prediction is wrong.
I don't know. We'll see. We still got some time on it.
Slacking for letting them just fucking. I can't even believe they just let them come back in the game like that.
That was a big run towards the end of the game. Or not the end of the game, just the end of the quarter. I mean, there's still 2 minutes left in this quarter. They could be tied up going into the fourth. All right, Eli. I think we're going to wrap it up here.
All right. Closing it out.
All right.
All right, man.
This was the Iron Lung Pigskins, brought to you by Marco Polo and LJ Molina.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all next time.
It's been great, man. Thank y'all for joining us.
Shout out to VLP. Shout out the Suns.
Miami will